This is Tony Segreto's last day. For most of my life, Tony has been my colleague and my friend. How do you begin to summarize the achievements of a man who spent a lifetime giving to this community?
He was 18 years old when he first came in here.
Then sports director Bernie Rosen brought Tony in as an intern right out of Curly High.
Martin Luther King Jr. was killed tonight in Memphis, Tennessee.
But now it's on to Chicago, and let's win there. Thank you.
The year was 1968. WTVJ, then Channel 4, was still shooting film. Tony eventually took his first baby steps on the air.
National Football League owners will try and come to a decision today.
Rosen assigned Tony to anchor a sports segment on the noon news.
And he said to me, "You're going on today." And I said, "What?" That's the noon sports. Lee returns right after this.
It was the first time Tony and I got to work together on the same show.
That was his first time doing anything on air. He was a little nervous, but he did a pretty good job.
Tony Segreto has that report live from the Dolphins camp at Biscayne College.
That's right, Ralph.
Soon, Tony was doing sports reporting on the 6 o'clock Ralph Rennick Report.
News Weekend, Update 3.
His first big anchoring break, and mine, came in the mid-'70s on weekend newscasts.
Hi, I'm Tony Segreto. And in sports, Miami exploded today by...
News Weekend.
2 years later, we celebrated an historic night together.
In case you've missed it, this is July 4th, 1976, and our country has been celebrating its birthday all day.
Hi, I'm Tony Segreto. I'm glad you told me it was the 4th of July, Bob.
Tony's always been a blast to work with. He loves his job as much today as he did when he did his first interview with Jesse Owens.
Here I was, like 18, 19 years old. Just out of high school, and I'm interviewing one of the greatest Olympians of all time. In cycling, a gold medal.
Miami has a #1 draft pick.
We are at the largest fish market in the world. Baltimore, this is Tony Segreto, Channel 4 Sports.
Tony's covered every sporting event from Super Bowls to Olympics, running the torch for the '96 games in Atlanta. He was there the night of the tragic Olympic Park bombing.
How does it make you feel? Can you still do it? Yes, we can still do it.
From national leaders to leading sports figures.
So that's my next big fight. Mr. Tooth Decay, how are your teeth?
They're fine, they're fine.
He drew out the best in anyone he interviewed.
That's the deal, Tony.
Thank you.
All right.
He has a great demeanor on the air, and people like him. They're comfortable with him.
Tony has been honored many times and has donated so much of his time to countless community and charity events. He hosted young Dan Marino's original TV show and Dan's retirement.
We go back, all of the good years, the perfect season, and the back-to-back Super Bowl wins. And the thing that I admire most about Tony is his versatility. I mean, the guy was an unbelievable sports anchor. And then he went on to news. How many people could do that?
This is 4 News Now with Tony Segreto.
Good evening and welcome to 4 News Now.
In 1991, Tony was given the rare chance of becoming a news anchor while continuing as our main sports anchor, kicking off a brand new show. Then, one night changed his career forever.
They are experiencing heavy rains in the Fort Lauderdale area.
Hurricane Andrew, broadcasting from a concrete bunker in the station's old downtown studios, the only station still on the air. Tony, Kelly Craig, and Brian Norcross remained on the air throughout the night as a lifeline to the community.
Not only did he know what to say, he knew how to say it. Even I, who had never been through a major hurricane before, was put at ease by Tony because I knew the guy knew what he was talking about.
I saw before my eyes as this unbelievable event was hitting our community, as this community was looking for leadership. Tony's credibility and respect was a rock in the middle of that storm. A lot of people did great work, but Tony was the rock. Tony had the credibility and the consistency. Tony was the person that people turned to see if everything was okay, and if it wasn't okay, to assure them that they were going to get through this together.
Tony had earned his stripes as a premier news anchor.
Don, can you hear me? Tell him to call us if we have to. Can you hear us?
Calmness under fire, that is Tony Segreto.
Pick up the phone.
He just maintained his cool all the time. I don't know how he did it for 40 years.
No matter what the story or who he was anchoring with.
He had an ability to ad-lib that you rarely find in news anchors. And so anything that happened, he just rolled with the punches. You could never throw Tony off. He was just great.
Tony has always exemplified the spirit of South Florida.
I know that Tony and I will have a relationship forever. He is part of my family, and I know that I am part of his family.
Tony is family, not only to NBC6, but to all of South Florida. And his legacy is not just length of service, it is the quality of that service.
The greatest satisfaction is that we've been able to communicate, and hopefully, over my period of time, communicate in such a way that we've created a trust and we've created a sense of integrity and passion that we bring to our job every day.
Taking off the mic for the last time will be difficult for Tony and for all of us.
It's my home. It's going to be a day of, I hope, satisfaction, of, in my mind, saying, a job well done, Anthony.
Tony, we tried to find someone who didn't like you, but we couldn't.
Boy, I needed that icebreaker, Bob. That was tough. What a great piece, and I can't thank WTVJ, my family here enough, my own family, my wife and my children, and my mom and my sister, and my dad up there, for being there, and most of all, for you at home. It has been an honor and a privilege to come into your home each and every day, to go through the good times when they were exhilarating, when we could bring you sports stories that galvanized this community like no other, whether it was the 17-0 season or that magical night in the Orange Bowl when the Miami Hurricanes won their first ever national championship, or whether it was time during Hurricane Andrew when the words weren't so good, but hopefully, just hopefully, in the 40 years that I was privileged to sit in this chair, that I was able to offer you some comfort and some satisfaction with what's going on in this community. And if I was able to do that, then I feel like what I've done is a success. I can't thank you enough for allowing me not only into your homes, but for many of you that I see, allowing me to become part of your family. And to my WTVJ family and all of our friends, and for the editors, for Matt and for Frank and for Chris Clark and for Rick, for Stu Jacobs for putting all these pieces together, I can't thank you enough from the bottom of my heart. It has been quite a run. 40 years has been quite a run. I remember the day I walked into this WTVJ, not this building, but the building in downtown Miami. I remember the day like it was yesterday. It's amazing how quickly.
And your first job was?
Ripping wire copy.
And you loved it, didn't you?
I just thought it was the greatest thing in the world. I thought it was the greatest thing in the world. And I still think it's a great thing. When I come in the office and I go on the wires and see what's going on that day, I mean, it's an honor and a privilege to be here, to be sitting in this chair. And it's a responsibility that we have, not only to our community, but to all of the people that watch us every day. To carry that flag is quite an honor.
Your family's over here. You should come up. Come here. Let's introduce your family to the viewers. Some of our families behind the cameras.
This is my wife. Oh, no, this is my daughter, Samantha, my wife, Roseanne, and my son, Anthony, and they're all here. Come on, Kelly. Come on, Adam. Jennifer, everybody's here. And Paul. This is my family. This is my family at home, and this is my family here. And Bob Mayer, you have been one of my dearest, dearest, dearest friends throughout all of this. And Jackie, I know you're not feeling well. I miss you, my sister, and I wish you could be here. Julia and Joel, you have been really something special, and to be a part of all this for so long has been amazing. I thank you all, and I thank my WTVJ family. They've been wonderful. Artie and Yvette, you've been absolutely fantastic.
We are going to miss you guys.
Everybody keeps asking, what's Tony going to do next? Where are we going to see him?
I don't know. I don't know. Anybody have a job? No.
Relax Monday night.
I'm going to relax on Monday. I'm going to decompress. I'm going to be able to not only take them to school, but pick them up and spend some, it's our anniversary on Sunday.
Congratulations.
18 years? 19 years?
Thanks for
I got to ask the
Thank you for sharing him with us.
Sam and Anthony, what do you think of your dad's ties and jackets from back way before you were born? Wow, right? Woo!
He's speechless. Yeah, we're speechless.
If you have any left over, I could use it.
I do. That's the strange part.
Green one,
I do have some of that stuff. That's what's
Really?
amazing.
Put it on eBay.
Tony, I think I speak for everybody when I say we love you, we appreciate you, and enjoy this time.
Thank you. Thank you.
You've earned it.
Should we go out the way we normally do? For the last time, NBC News is next with Brian Williams from all of us here at NBC6. Good night.